Welcome to this edition of Croton Harmon Highlights. Central to our mission and vision is that students take charge of their own learning. What better way to do that than using something called the LATIC model, the Learner Active Technology Infused Classroom. At the center of the LATIC model is a problem. When students are actively seeking solutions to problems, it deepens their learning and it deepens their own commitment to the learning process. This really puts the teacher, the educator, in a facilitator role.
So, you got a new activity list for today, but please take out the old one first. First, I give them the task, it's called like a felt need, where they connect to the project that we're going to be working on so they feel it has purpose for them and then they really want to get going on it. Then we go over the rubric and I tell them the rubric is not necessarily a grading rubric, it's more to guide them where they should be going.
Well, I've got like ideas for like websites and apps.
And apps, okay. Oh, you know how to create an app too?
Well, I can figure out how to. It's more interesting because like having like a teacher like stand and lecture does like get boring after a while. So, but this one's like more interesting because you have to figure stuff out and trying to like use as much as like creative freedom as you can to like see if we can actually make a successful app.
I personally think the importance of the LATIC model is that it really forces teachers to think differently about lesson design.
So through this model, I'm teaching this course through vocabulary, and I'm letting the kids independently do research on their own. And one of the things we're really focusing on here is critical thinking skills. Is this a credible resource that I'm reading from? Is this person that's giving me the information something that I can count on and hold to be true? Or do I still need to further look into this and find something else maybe to find out if what I'm looking at is correct or not?
The technology piece is just a tool which enables students to differentiate their learning environment, to make it more of their own, recognizing individual learning paths.
If you feel comfortable reviewing vocabulary, if you want to move ahead, we have an opportunity to go to a store in Spain. Okay? We can do that. It's El Corte Inglés. And you will research clothing items by going to their website.
Exact ones, they were just like gray. Oh, those seem close enough to me. These are leggings. Oh. We can just say pantalones.
I like how we got to be independent and choose more, because other way it was more like following like what the teachers were doing, but this way we kind of get to choose from our own interests and likes.
The LATIC model allows students to become more accountable for what they do, and it holds them in very high academic standards. Individual learning paths are really critical, especially because every student has different levels of advancement. And I think that's the important part of this, is that students have a choice.
It's really helpful, I think. We're definitely learning like all the topics like a lot stronger than we usually do, because just by like learning them on our own, we can take more time on things that like we need help with.
With a larger group, I feel kids can hide in that. With this, I get a much better idea of like who's doing well, who's struggling, who needs more one-on-one assistance, and so it's helped me be a better teacher in that way so that all my students are getting what they need. Last semester was my first time running this type of model, and when I got the projects in, they far exceeded my expectations. They went deeper into the material, they learned how to do things I wasn't even expecting them to learn how to do. They were able to carry a lot of the things they learned into their other classes with like things they learned technology-wise and research-wise. I really was so impressed with the final product. I did not imagine it coming together the way it did in the end.
As you can see, the LATIC model truly promotes differentiation of instruction. As a district, we see that the LATIC model truly aligns with our mission and vision. And it is our hope to continue to grow the use of the model in our educational settings. So thank you for joining us for this edition of Croton Harmon Highlights. Stay tuned for future editions.